Oh my god, guys. Holy shit. My mic hasn't been working at all for the last 2 times I redid this story. Okay, you guys gotta appreciate this video because I've been so pissed off. I spent like an hour making all these. Okay, so the story starts off where me and my friend Brian and Caleb are just sitting around and not just doing much. So we just got out of the pool before we were jumping on the trampoline, just doing our thing, right? And we were like, ooh, you backflip. Well, not, of course, none of us knew how to do a backflip. So we just moved on from that activity, and we just moved on to like thinking of ideas of what we could do. So I suggested, oh, why don't we just go to the park and just kind of sit there for a little bit? So we just kind of went there, and we were just sitting there, right? And we walked down there, and there's this mom there that I knew from my school, and she was just, I don't know, I never really talked to her, but I knew who she was. I don't remember her name, but that's not important. We'll call her Karen. So Karen's there, and she stood there from like a 15-foot radius from me and my friends. So we were just going back on this playground zip line, and she's just sitting there, and I was like, I don't know. And I guess she was getting a description of us, but that doesn't matter until the end of the story. So we're sitting there, and these two girls come by on these horses, and we don't recognize them. It looks like one of the people I knew from my school, but it was not. So we'll call them Tay and Jade. So we'll call them that, and they went back, and then they went back up, and then we were heading back to our house, and we were just cracking jokes and stuff, and we just decided to go back down because we had nothing better to do, right? So we just headed back down to the park again, and of course those people were there, and they're like, oh, hi. We were like, oh, hi, and we're like, oh, hi, what's up? And they're like, oh, hey. And then Tay goes ahead, and she says, hey, Jade, look, it's Brian. Look, it's Brian. And she has to repeat like 5 times. I don't know if the girl was deaf or what was happening, guys, but I don't know. Eventually, after like 6 or 7 times of that girl just repeating Jade's name, she finally heard, and Jade just starts coming over there, and Tay just runs full tilt with her horse just right at my friend Brian. And I don't remember what happened to Caleb, but Brian just runs into the bushes, and me and my friends are laughing because they think this is funny. But the next thing you know, I'm just being fine here. Me and Caleb are just cracking jokes, right? All of us were just joking around. We thought it was just a joke. And they run at me with the horse. And this time, when this happened, I did not think like they would actually do that. We thought that they were just joking. But by the time that this happened, we just weren't necessarily happy about it. Like, I don't know, we just didn't think it was funny. Maybe they thought it was funny, but that's them. So we were just sitting there, and they ran at us with the horse. So we just went back to the park. We just sat there, and they just went behind this little power line thing. So how this park is set up, we got the swings right at the edge of the park. You have the whole playground set, and then you have a tennis court with like a basketball hoop, and this is like maybe like, I don't know, a quarter of a kilometer away from my house. So we're just sitting there, and this girl, she comes, and she runs at us again with the horse, right? So we're not necessarily doing anything to anger them or anything. So my friends go up in this little box thingy, this little electrical box, and they go up on there. They're like, oh, you're not gonna do anything. So of course they keep coming back with the horse, so my friends can't jump off there, but I'm not doing anything, so they're not doing anything to me, right? I wasn't cracking any jokes at this point because I knew that a horse was very dangerous. Like, I've seen people get kicked by a horse, and like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, the weight that I am, I'm only like 98 pounds, and if I got kicked by a horse, I'd probably start rolling in a ball like supersonic, like going full speed. So I just didn't really mess with them at all. None of us were messing with them. We were just joking around, and we were just kind of sitting there. And they come on us with the horse, and like, oh, we're not gonna do anything. So I was going, and I brought back this horse, like 2 handfuls of blackberries, because I was just being nice. We all did that. And yeah, and then the next thing you know, the girl, we were like, "Oh, we're not gonna do anything." So this girl, she hands the horse to her friend. Tay hands the horse to her friend, Jade, and she just takes her belt off. I was like, what's gonna go on here? Like, is she just gonna, like, what is she doing here? Like, is something weird about to happen? And no, guys, don't be dirty-minded and think that I'm thinking of something weird, because I am not. Honestly, I am not. Okay, so don't start cracking jokes like, oh, Maverick has a dirty mind, because no, I do not, okay? So don't start saying that. So she takes her belt off. She comes at us with a belt. She comes at my friend, Brian with the belt, and she just runs out, and she looks like she's gonna whip him. And my friend Brian, all he's got is his stick, and he's like trying to like kind of block her off, and runs out, and then she runs back down. So my friend Brian was probably traumatized by this sight, and we were all scared. Right, we couldn't do anything because we didn't want to get whipped in the face by a belt. But hold on here, let me finish this kid off. There we go. And so we were just sitting there, and they go back down, and then a couple of minutes later, this girl comes back. This older looking woman. We'll call her Shayler. I don't know what kind of name is that, but we'll call her. Don't know why I didn't call that girl. Okay, we'll just call her Saren. So Saren, oh shoot, so Saren comes back, and she's like, you guys should probably get out of here. Like, these match the description of you guys, and this is on the Facebook page of the Nanaimo. It's a little town, and you guys should probably get out of here. So the other person like gets the girls out of the park and the boys, right? And so she gets the girls out of there, and she gets the boys, and we're like, oh, okay, have a good day, right? And we weren't being sarcastic or anything. And they just, I don't know, she doesn't look like she's having the best day, so she's just not being the nicest. And yeah, so we start heading back home, and this girl, my mom comes ripping down the hill, and she's like, oh, shoot, damn. So my mom just comes down, and she does not look like she's in a good mood whatsoever. So she's like, guys, get in the car. So we get in the car, and yeah, we hop in the car, and my mom's like, is this guys you? Is this you? And we're like, yeah, I'm sorry, we're sorry, like, it was us, yes. Rip. Okay, so we were just sitting there, and my mom, and we're like, yeah, she's like, cause it says you guys have like an orange hat, and it matches this description of like all of our clothes. And at this point, we knew that we were screwed, right? We literally couldn't do anything. So my mom takes us back, and she's not too mad. She's pretty mad, but she's not too mad. She's embarrassed, right? Like, I could see why she'd be embarrassed, but yeah, that's exactly what happened. And we went back there, and Caleb's mom just wasn't very happy. Brian's mom wasn't. Brian's mom didn't really take the news too hard. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. And they both went home. Both parents were. I wouldn't say that they're happy, right? So I would say that they're kind of pissed off. Like, I would be pissed off too, right? And we really didn't mean any trouble, and they know that, right? But as I said, that girl in the start by the zip line, she must have like reported us, because she was sitting there, and now I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, she must have been the girl that got the descriptions of us, because that must have been her, because she was sitting there for a solid 7 minutes, just kind of looking back at us, right? And I thought that was kind of weird. But this is a story time with Maverick. And if you guys would like another story time, just like, I don't know, show some support and put it in the comments. And that would honestly really help, because it would be very encouraging, and it would really make me want to do more of these videos, because I just came back and I haven't been doing YouTube for a long time. I just mostly doing Twitch. It's Top Gun Colba. But besides that, I just want to say, guys, have a good day, and peace.